Hello, welcome to New Ulm Schools Mid-Year Review, or the State of the District as we call it. Just want to remind people that it's Paraprofessional Week. We want to thank all our paras for the great work they do for our students and staff. Congratulations, para. We appreciate all that you do. We have a few slides here to show some humor here for our staff, how hard it is to be a teacher. And then for our students who are on social media and are up to speed with the times. Now, as we get into what we're looking at, the district sets goals every couple of years, and if we don't look to see how we're doing, we're not going to know where we're headed. So we're going to take a look at what the goals are for our district. First of all, our district vision, preparing all of our students to be successful in the 21st century world, which is a global conversation. The goal is to achieve that. 1, increase student growth in local or state assessments by 10% over a 2-year period. Establish student support programs that provide for all types of learners. Enhance positive school spirit, sense of pride, and belonging with students, staff, parents, and the community. So how do we achieve that? Well, to increase our student growth, we look at our fall benchmarking. Those are the fall tests we take to see where the kids are when they come in. Then we set up our SMART goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. We look at individual student targets, where they're at and where we want them to go. This time of year, we're looking at the winter or mid-year assessments to see where they are from the fall and what we need to do to adjust our instruction for the rest of the year. This information is reviewed by our data teams and our professional learning communities and our Director of Student Learning. We also conduct curriculum reviews throughout the year. What is it the state says we're supposed to do? Where are we at with our local curriculum? And then talk to the board about what we should be doing with our curriculum changes. We also have enrichment and intervention programs. We want to meet the needs of all learners, whether it's the high spectrum, low spectrum, or middle spectrum. And of course, parent-teacher conferences, which are coming up in January and February and March. We want to convey information to the parents about what we're seeing with their child. When it comes to our second goal, we want to make sure our students are connected to their buildings. There are different programs in each one of our buildings. The advisory at the middle school, morning meetings at Jefferson, and PBIS at both, are actually all Washington, Jefferson, and the middle school. We also want to offer opportunity for our kids to try things before and after school and also have them connected outside of just the classroom. And then how do we take a look at establishing and enhancing relationships with programs and agencies that are outside the schools to make sure our families and students have all the support they need? And of course, we're looking at our data to see if we're having incidences of behavior, where it's at, attendance, what's keeping them from coming, to make sure we have a full picture of those students. For our third goal, we want to make sure our schools are connected to community organizations. They work on common projects. We want to do an assessment of our climate for our staff. Where are we at? We want to make sure our students and parents and staff have a sense of belonging. It's a safe environment. It's a positive climate. And it's also a welcoming environment. We have to look at how we get our information out there. How do we tell our story? Which ways do we convey to our different publics? What do we have for information about our programs? Again, a little humor here as we look at where we're at today with kids in society and what they're seeing and hearing. Now for our site program updates. We'll start with Washington Learning Center. They've expanded their pre-K for this year. We're also looking at expanding another section for the next school year. They're looking at different opportunities for additional STEM programming for next year. They continue to develop the outdoor learning area and play areas and look to see how they can increase the potential for having the kids learn from outside opportunities. They have a great staff recognition program, Washington Learning Center Pride. They, of course, as being one of the PBS schools, have monthly celebrations. They do have their data teams get together, look at the information on students to make informed decisions, to make recommendations going forward. Community education will be partnering with New Ulm Park and Rec this summer for a Rec on the Go project, opportunity for kids to have recreational activities delivered to the different areas in town. And of course, focus on literacy programs to prepare students for their next level. At Jefferson, we reinitiated a Greeting Corps program to help with academic interventions. We continue the iTutoring partnership with Martin Luther College students. Additional extended day program is designed to meet the different student learner needs. Increased the STEM programming this last year to all students in grades 1 through 4. Also have an after school, actually during school lunch club for STEM. Looking at more opportunities as we go forward for next year. Jefferson's a PBIS focused school looking at the positive aspects of students' choices. And they have a balanced literacy program that looks at how to reach all the different learner skills and what we can do to set up their growth potential. Newall Middle School, they are working on partnerships with community organizations. They just completed their first ever career fair for all students in grades 5 through 8, where over 30 different community representatives came in to talk about their careers and professions. They again are a PBIS focused school. They have a positive intervention enrichment program where students, depending on their spectrum of level and ability, are either being stretched in their learning or they're given additional skills to help with their learning. They have a great advisory program where students meet with their advisor daily. They have monthly themes to focus the students on different aspects of the community at large. Additional after-school clubs have been brought in to help engage the students and give them things to do that have an area of their interest. At the high school, we have college and schools courses. We have career and technical education, or CTE, courses. We have strong fine arts and athletic programs for kids to take different things that have an interest for them and a passion for them. The high school continues to exceed the state graduation rate, and they are well over 95% of graduation each year. Over 45 college credits can be offered at the high school for kids who want to take advantage of that opportunity and be prepared for college. And we continue to look at more clubs and activities that we can offer to meet student needs and change up what we do based on where we want to go for the programs and what the kids and the parents are telling us. We do have to remember in education, our job is not to fill the brain with information, but to provide the opportunities for kids to learn and be self-starters and challenge their ability to learn and give them the critical thinking skills we want to have going forward. Now we'll transition to the budget. We'll talk about the budget each year in a district and what the school looks like fiscally and financially. We currently have over a $24 million budget. There's different funds in the budget. Things like the transportation, salaries, buildings, utilities, supplies, or technology and equipment. That comes out of the general fund. Other funds we have are food service, community service, and debt service. We can't interchange the funds based on fiscal law and things in Minnesota that we can and can't do for schools. Each year we're required to have an annual audit, and we talk about what we have for findings or where we're at fiscally based on projected enrollments, final enrollments, final expenditures, and final revenues. And we have positive information each year that we'll be able to continue to grow our fund balance based on decisions made and to provide more programming for our kids. An increase in students over the past 5 years is also equal to an increase in staffing. So we have more services and more programs for the students. In this past school year, the board converted a referendum that was about to expire to a $300 board converted referendum to keep the same fiscal opportunities going for the next 5 years. We also look at student enrollment trends so we can be predictive in what we do for the district fiscally and with programming. You can see over the years where our grade level enrollments have been. The bottom line was the fall of 2017. Well, we look at October 15th. This is kind of a deadline to do that fall planning. You can see across the bottom line by grade level where our student enrollments were. Of course, student enrollment fluctuates every day with kids who come, kids who go, different aspects of life that hit them up. So the bottom line for us is the total, the last couple of years in the bottom right, show the growth from the fall of 2014 to the fall of 2017.
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
Here's the deal. I can do anything, be anything, create anything, dream anything, become anything.
My dad always says, you are what you do, not what you say. Well, you grown-ups say you love us, but I challenge you, please, make your actions reflect your words.
If you believe in yourself, you will know how to ride a bike. If you don't, you just keep practicing. I like my pajamas. I like my stuff. I like my rooms. I like my whole house. My whole house is great. I can do anything good. Yeah. I can do anything. I just want everything to be good as possible. Nothing else.
You better not give up on us. No, you better not. Because, as you know, in some cases, you're all we've got.
And if I can be nice, I think all of us can be nice too. This is your turn. Now go out there and take it.
Let's not forget to talk about the passion, energy, and compassion that our students can sense in our teachers and our paraprofessionals and staff, and that connections and engagement with kids are what matter most. So as you look at New Ulm Public Schools and what we're doing for our kids, our community, and our staff, we want to make sure we tell our story. We have great staff, outstanding work they do with our programs, looking at reinventing things, stretching things, being innovative, which produces great programs. Our kids have great opportunities here in the New Ulm area. We want to continue to build on those successes. The community comes out and helps us out whenever we ask. So one of our, as you mentioned earlier, connections with community organizations and going out and meeting with them and doing things together to have that common goal of working together for our kids. We want to make sure we continue to meet all student needs. What is it our students need today? Each one is different. We look forward, innovation. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to head to have our kids be ready for that 21st century? A social media presence. To tell our story, we need to get out there. We have different venues to do it, but social media with Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Also use newspaper articles. Continue to expound upon what we're doing and make sure we tell our story through the newspaper. Each site has a parent newsletter format. Most of it is electronic. We want to make sure we continue to let our parents know what's happening in the buildings, the events coming up, and what their kids are learning. And then continue to grow and enhance our community engagement opportunities. We want to make sure that we're out there, we're meeting with the community. We know that there's needs that they have. We want to make sure our kids are set and ready for that community that they're going to live in the future. Let's not forget to ignite your passion. We're here to work with kids. We want to make sure we foster learning, critical thinking, engagement, and get them ready for their next chapter in life. Remember, together, we can accomplish anything. So keep on working together. We're all doing great work here at New Ulm Public Schools. I look forward to the rest of the school year and hoping that we can continue the growth pattern we've had and the trust we've had with our parents, our community going forward.